Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic for January 16th, 2016. The first episode of 2016, episode 124, or 144, excuse me. And I've been off for a while once again, but 360 Wrestling Fanatic is back. And it's Saturday night, and this might be a short episode, but what I'm going to talk about is, since 360 Wrestling Fanatic has been gone for a little while, I'm going to talk about some of the big news stories that have happened recently in the world of professional wrestling. And one of the biggest stories in the wrestling world is the possible Balor Club in WWE. I'm sure everybody knows by now AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows of the Bullet Club and the IWGP Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura have gave their notices to New Japan Pro Wrestling January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom 10 at the Tokyo Dome. And it looks like all of them are coming to WWE, and there's a possibility of them, or at least three of them anyway, Styles, Anderson, and Gallows, joining with Finn Balor to form the Balor Club. And it will be very interesting to see what they do with these guys coming in. Will they be on NXT, or will they go right to the main roster? As far as guys like AJ Styles and Nakamura go, I think that both of them are definitely good enough to go right to the main roster. And there's been some rumors about AJ Styles maybe being placed in this year's Royal Rumble match. That is not official just yet, just rumors. So you never know. Could be true, could not be true, who knows. And as far as that goes, I'm kind of undecided about that. Part of me would love to be watching the 2016 Royal Rumble on the WWE Network and then see the phenomenal AJ Styles as an entrant. But there's another part of me that really would not like to see that, because I am pretty sure that that WWE probably will not let AJ Styles win the Royal Rumble, especially it being his first night in the company. So that's really the reason I don't want to see him in the Rumble. But at the same time, if he is, and he has a very strong performance and lasts a long time in the match, then maybe it might not be so bad. And Nakamura, well, obviously I wouldn't debut him in the Royal Rumble, but I just hope when he gets there that they do use him right, because he is a great wrestler, one of the best in the world, and he could be great in the WWE, but we will just have to wait and see what happens with the new talent coming into WWE. And some of the other big news as far as WWE goes, Roman Reigns defending the World Heavyweight Championship in this year's Royal Rumble match. And in my opinion, I don't see him retaining it. I think somehow Triple H will screw Roman Reigns out of the championship in the Rumble, and that will set up for their WrestleMania match this year at WrestleMania 32. And I want to see the match, Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Actually, it might be good, but I do not want to see it for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that would be a pretty bad idea to put the title on the line in that match. The match doesn't really need the world title to be on the line. It won't help it any. So hopefully it'll just be a regular non-title match. And to talk a little bit about TNA Impact Wrestling, they have debuted on Pop. The first actual 2 episodes on Pop were the best of 2015 for TNA, and then they have had now 2 new episodes. The first one was the live episode from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which I thought was a very good episode, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are negative about TNA. They'll complain about everything TNA does, no matter how good it is. They just love to complain about TNA no matter what. There are a lot of TNA haters, but I enjoyed the show. EC3, Ethan Carter III, became the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion by defeating Matt Hardy in the finals of the TNA World Title Series. And then this past week on Impact Wrestling on Pop, we found out that next week the title is going to be on the line once again. EC3, Ethan Carter III, taking on Matt Hardy in a last man standing match. And if Matt Hardy loses this match, he will be forced to leave TNA Wrestling forever. That is this Tuesday night on Pop, TNA Impact Wrestling. I'm looking forward to it. You're gonna want to make sure you do not miss that episode. And January 30th, it is Clash Wrestling Seize the Day 9. Some matches have already been announced. The Clash Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Dragon Breed defending against the Caveman Elk. A loser leaves Clash match. GQ Gavin Quinn will be taking on Clash member Juntai. The Clash Tag Team Championships will be on the line in a street fight. The defending champions, the Midnight Society, Maserati Rick and Usama Lion, will be taking on the best tag team in pro wrestling today, representing the Clash, Tommy Tresnick and Cameron Sky. That is all, and much more, will take place Saturday night, January 30th, at the Taylortown Trade Center in Taylor, Michigan. Clash Wrestling Seize the Day 9, and I will be discussing this huge event more soon on Clash Wrestling 360, the podcast that is all about the collective league of adrenaline, strength, and honor. So stay tuned for that. And I just want to do a quick show tonight, discuss some of the top stories in pro wrestling. It's a short one, I know, but hopefully I will have more longer episodes soon. Probably on Blog Talk Radio, but we'll have to see. And like I said, stay tuned to Clash Wrestling 360 for more about Seize the Day 9. And remember, you can like 360 Wrestling Podcasts on Facebook, follow on Twitter at 360 Wrestling Pod. Instagram is 360 Wrestling Podcasts. If you have any questions or comments, you can email lb360wrestlingfanatic at gmail.com. Also, if you have a suggestion of a wrestling show from the past you want me to go back and recap, once again, email at lb360wrestlingfanatic at gmail.com. And that is all for tonight. Once again, hope to be back soon with more episodes. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.